my friends, welcome back to another episode of the Find a Way podcast with Dusty. Hopefully you're doing well. I've been on a rotation of going swimming in the morning and jumping over to Planet Fitness, and so after that, it's usually my time to get back home and drive, and so that allows me to record another episode. I was more at the commercial gym every day, traveling back home, that gave me that, say, 9 or 10 minutes to do an episode, and grateful to get back into that. I think during the summer especially, I'm trying to get a little bit more swimming in, just because the triathlon that I had prior and then one that I've got coming up. It's an overall good fitness routine. It's like coming up for air and that desperation to try to breathe, especially with learning the technique of swimming. You know, it is less of a strength thing that I'm realizing. I mean, obviously you've got to have strength, but it's just the technique of breathing and being able to get to a place where you're in rhythm. And I don't know, I feel like swimming reminds me a little bit of the weight loss journey, that, you know, starting off, it's like you're paddling every which way, you're going every kind of direction, but eventually you get into a rhythm and it becomes smoother. And that even brings me to the thought of MyFitnessPal, and I think I'm at like just shy of 150 days in a row. And the MyFitnessPal tracking has been very important, but I'm not just talking about the importance of tracking, but the process. So when I am putting in food, I usually have to look it up, see if it matches. Sometimes the calories, the macros are wrong. You know, my wife makes this homemade chicken salad that isn't something that's published or online, but we have to kind of figure out, like a figure out how many calories, macros, all that stuff. Save it as my meal or save it as a quick ad. Like, there's all these initial things that I'm thinking about 150 days ago were very tedious and very just, I've got to track, I've got to look this up, the time that it takes to look up the meal and keep tracking everything. But now it's second nature, that those meals that I've had, it automatically is saved in historical use. And so when I just put in 2 letters, it brings up 2 letters that are closely matching what I've had prior. And so me adding a meal, I've added it to my home screen. I simply click it, type 2 letters. I see typically what I've had historically, and I add it pretty quickly. I mean, it takes mere seconds, which before it took 30 seconds up to a minute to find it, to make sure it was right. It's so much smoother and so much quicker now that it's second nature. It's easy to do it. You know, I think about the adding of, or the barcode scanner as an example. Like, there's a feature on the, say, iPhone that I've got, that you can press the barcode button from your home screen and it immediately loads up the barcode through MyFitnessPal. So I've got the item in front of me. I want to scan the product to see the calories or add it in for a meal. Boom, click, snap. Like if it's a changing of a serving size or if it's an adjustment here or there, doing that. But it's mere seconds. It's quick. It's second nature. It's something that I'm used to. And so I say all that with swimming, with my talk about your journey of weight loss and maintenance, that whatever you want to do to either get stronger or to lose weight or to adjust your body composition, whatever it is, immediately when you start it, it's going to be tedious. And you've got to give yourself a heads up that it's going to be tedious. But and time again, I have felt, I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep tracking. It's tedious. Where now it's like, no, that's easy. It's second nature. So if you're going to start the weight loss journey, just know that tracking is going to get tedious. Weighing your food's going to get tedious. But eventually, you're going to start seeing, as an example, 28 grams of lesser evil popcorn is 120 calories for the salted one. I know that. It's 120. I've got my budget for the day. How do I fit it in? I know roughly how much it looks like. It's not that I'm not weighing it, but I know how much it looks like. So I'm pouring it in the bowl on the food scale. I know roughly how much it looks. I turn on the food scale. I got a bug. What is that? Summertime and southern bugs. Sorry for the distraction here, or the... Okay, I got it. I don't know how those little flies manage to escape so well. All right, back to it. So, I roughly know how much the weight of it is, and so I'll weigh it, and it's usually pretty close. Like, I've gotten to a process and a system where I know how to easily access the barcode, how to weigh my food. I'm thinking about now my process of weighing food. I'm not going to put it in the bowl and then weigh it, because then it's going to weigh the bowl too. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I typically do. I've got the bowl, I reset it, I pour the popcorn. Maybe it's just the fact that it's so easy now for me to pour the popcorn. Like, I'm almost getting that 28 grams pretty quickly. Before, I'm like pouring 4 kernels at a time, and like, all right, okay, is this 28? Like, hopefully that makes sense, where like it takes longer to kind of figure out what 28 grams is. Now I know how much in the bowl it is, and so it just becomes easier, and it becomes more just, it's easier to get into a rhythm. It's easier to get into the process of it. I've got someone with a left turn signal, and then they turn over to the right into the grass. Try not to record a podcast and get into an accident. Hey, here we go, and I'm almost home. And if you haven't, or if this is something that's new for you here at this podcast, very short, usually on 10 minutes, because it's like, listen and on to it. No filler. No, I need to fill 2 hours. I need to fill an hour. No, it's 10 minutes. Listen to it. Boo bam. That's it. So this one in particular is about the tediousness of starting something. And it's going to be tedious. Again and again and again and again and again. It's going to be tedious to start something, but it's going to get easier. Historically, it just gets easier once you get into a rhythm. You've got to get, and I will say it took about 3.5 months for the rhythm to settle in. So think about the rhythm of you settling into your process. Give it 3.5 months. Commit to the first 3.5 months of your journey, of committing to the grind of repetition, of doing the same thing, of continuing to show up, of doing it again and again and again and again. It's going to get easier because you're just used to it. It's not that you're going to be foolproof, perfect, and everything's going to work out from there. No, a lot of folks fall off the journey 3, 6, 9, a year into the journey after, say, getting to a particular point. But just know that starting regardless is going to be difficult. You just got to get into a rhythm. You got to get into a like pedaling the bike, push, 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 boom, I'm in a rhythm, cycling, and I'm going a little bit faster. That's exactly what tracking and weighing your food and starting the weight loss journey is like. You just got to hold out and hold strong while you're going through that process to get to that rhythm. So if you're starting or if you're in the middle of it, hold strong. Stay according to the or stay to keep the rhythm. And my friends, find a way. That's it. That's all. Find a way.